Sky Squad, we are back in the building. And of course, we got to talk about Love and Marriage DC. So this is season 2, episode 9, and we are at Joy and Pain. So I am thinking that we have about one more episode that is the, I guess, maybe mid-season finale. And baby, we got to talk about some things. Now, again, the episode is titled Joy and Pain. And so you know that this episode is going to be centered around joy because we left off last week wondering, girl, Joy, is you married? Is you married or not? Let a brother know. Let the people know. Is you married? Is you married? Is you married? And is you lying? Okay. Is you lying? So we're going to get into that. But before we do that, make sure you guys listen. We got to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10. Of course, that's what we do on this channel. Y'all know how we do a recap. And for me, I'm going to give this episode a 9 point what? I'm going to give it a 9.9. I feel like it's between a 9.5 and a 9.9. Let me tell you why. Because to me, it was rife with conflict that is building. Okay? This conflict is building. And I told you guys, and I think I told this to Carlos King, that I wanted to know more about Joy and Clifton because I feel like a lot of times they be missing from events and stuff like that. And I also told you guys that I felt like Joy is very good in her confessionals. I might not have really emphasized it, but Joy, I am feeling her confessionals because I feel like Joy opens up and blossoms during her confessionals and she really tells how she actually feels. Whereas in scene, she doesn't really always give us that. And, Carlos, when I talked to him about it, he said, well, sometimes, in the first season, particularly on a show like this where you have an ensemble cast and, really sometimes conflict can be the main focus. It is sometimes difficult for people to really open up in that way. And so maybe that is what we're getting. But I will tell you this, okay? A Joy in her confessional that has been activated is a joy that is much more entertaining and no pun intended, but more of a joy to watch. Okay. So having said that, let's stage dive. Oh, also too, we got like a huge full circle moment that I thoroughly enjoyed, which also made this episode so uniquely good to me. So let's get started with the recap. So we get back to Ashley, Arena, and Joy at the cycling event, and they're talking about that Ashley revealed to Alicia that Joy is in fact already married. So apparently what had happened was Ashley says that Joy told her that she got married the day after they got engaged on Good Day DC. Now, in the scene, Joy denies this, okay? Joy denies it. Because at this moment, my thought process is she don't know what to do. In that moment, I will tell you, girl, at that point in time, because you should know that there is proof not only in text messages, but also maybe verbatim or via a verbal conversation, but it could have just happened via text. Now, as the great Dorinda Medley says, say it, forget it, write it, regret it, because we do have those receipts and they are presented on the screen. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. So in the scene, Ashley feels like she can see that Joy is mad and she can see that Joy is lying, particularly if Ashley knows that she has the receipts. Now, Arena, for her part, she seems like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Now, honestly, my feeling is this. If Joy told Ashley, Joy probably told Arena. Based on the levels of friendship here, all season long, Arena has been the person that Joy has said she trusts the most, right? And so because it feels like as we're watching the show, it is the Arena and Joy friendship that seems the most solid as it relates to Joy. Ashley and Arena also have their own relationship, as we have seen throughout season 1 and season 2. But in terms of the solid foundation of friendship, that seems to lie within Arena. So in my opinion, okay, this is just my opinion. I don't know this to be factual. In my opinion, Arena did what any friend would do and said, "What? Is you married?" No, girl, I didn't even know, because that's what I would do. Let me tell you something. I cannot count the amount of times I have to had to gasp and say, "Oh my God," when I already knew something to be true. But that is also because, people trust me with information. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that is what Arena was doing in that scene. And baby, she acted her butt off. Let me tell you something. And the Emmy goes to Raina for sitting in that scene and saying, "What? Who said that?" So anyway, again, that is just my assumption. Anyway, Joy then reveals in her confessional that she is pissed. And then suddenly the scene ends. See, now I know this is reality TV and we only got about 42 minutes, because you got to count those commercials. But my thought is this. I needed to see the extended scene of that, because how did they leave? How did they walk out? Are they saying to each other like, "Girl, why did you do that? Why did you say that?" That's what I want to know. That's what I want to see. When y'all doing those deleted scenes episodes, Carlos, King Durain, and on, I want to see what happened at the end of that scene. Give me the follow up, please. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what? I be feeling like I got a critical eye for these types of things that I want to see, and I feel like other people need to see too. But anyway, let's move on. So Ashley and Quick are putting up the Christmas tree in advance of their Christmas party. They, of course, talk to the kids about why Quick was hiccuping and reveals that he has an issue with his stomach. So they either are going to have to do surgery, or perhaps some type of medicinal treatment will be made available. They try to convince him to slow down, as they have been trying to do since season 1, but I don't think ain't no stopping him now. He's on the move. Okay. Stomach issues and all. So anyway, Ashley reveals that Joy called Alicia and her phony for maintaining a friendship with Sherelle, because Sherelle is cool with Winter, who they have had issues with. Okay. So he's kind of shocked. Right. And so then she reveals that, well, they talked about it, and Alicia asked if they were already married, because they was acting and hashtagging like they was already married. So Ashley reveals that Joy told her that they were married as well, and that they have been married for months. And Quick is shocked. Now, in my mind, I'm wondering, now, Quick, was you shocked too? Is everybody acting? Because here's okay. So follow my logic, y'all. Y'all know a husband and a wife, or a married couple. Y'all know when they be in the bed, they do the pillow talking. Okay, the pillow talking. And so in my opinion, this is just my opinion. In my opinion, there is no way that Ashley kept this from Quick. Now, unless Quick has just been on the move that much, she ain't had a chance to tell him, or maybe it never came up. I don't know. But Quick looks shocked, and he does genuinely look shocked. So I don't know, Arena. He might be coming after that Emmy too. But again, that is my assumption. Meanwhile, then not married for months though. Anyway, the text receipts pop up on the screen, and here we are in the black and white. And like I said earlier, say it, forget it, write it, regret it. Okay. Anyway, Quick is like, why they been lying? That's what I was asking. Why are they lying? Okay. Why are they lying? So anyway, she feels bad now, and she admits that she dropped the ball, and then she did send a text, which we also see that is an apology text like, "Girl, I am so sorry. I did not mean to reveal on national television that you are indeed married when you have been telling everybody that you are not. Okay, please forgive me." And she reveals that she does like Joy, and she wants to make up for it. So Quick tells her, and sometimes as a husband or as a wife, you got to set your partner straight. We all have to do it. Everybody's going to have to go through it, whether you married or not. Sometimes that is the reason why two people can make for a great relationship, because you got to balance each other out. And Quick has to tell her, listen, you need to stop giving a DAMN when it's not time for you to give a DAMN. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I be trying not to curse on this channel, but I mean, sometimes I have guests that curse on the channel, and I don't really stop them like that because I feel like they be in the spirit. And sometimes you don't want to take somebody out the spirit because I feel like a curse word is a good exclamation point. But I feel like if you be exclamation pointing all over the place, then you might be doing a little bit too much. But that's a totally different situation. And I don't know why I'm talking about it right now. But y'all know, again, the spirit is moving right now. So I'm going to just follow it. Back to the show. Speaking of Clifton and joy and pain. So they are at their lake house, the house on the shore, and are going to move down the bedroom down into the guest bedroom. Now, when you move in, first of all, Clifton, open up that closet a little bit further because I need to see all them Jordans up in there and how you got them organized, because I am really thinking about reorganizing my own closet, and I really like the way that what I saw so far. And so if you could just open up that door a little bit more, let us see, or do a behind the scenes, because I know you gotta, first of all, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Clifton actually has a clothing brand with Carmen from Ready to Love, who sometimes plays she sometimes is in scene with Joy and Clifton, but they got a clothing line, right? So in my mind, just do a Clifton's closet. Go ahead and open up that closet so I can see what's going on, how you got that thing organized, so I can get some ideas how to organize mine, because I don't feel like hiring no closet organizer because these people be expensive. Meanwhile, they might have to move down to the bedroom, to the guest bedroom, because he got the bike issues. Now, my thing is, I know they still moving, so it looked like the bed was on the floor. That's probably part of the problem. A low bed and a bad back is a bad combination. So I think that the bed in the guest bedroom is higher. So that's probably a better bed for him to sleep on. I can ascertain, and I can definitely tell you that is the case for real. Okay. So why don't y'all go ahead and finish unpacking, get these movers up in here and move that bed on up. All right. Matter of fact, they actually got these types of beds now that you can, I'm actually, as I'm doing this review, I'm in the bed right now that I'm speaking of, but that the bed will move all types of ways and rise up, light up under the floor. It'll massage it and shake it till you fall asleep. Anyway, so he gonna have to have surgery or something like that. So anyway, she reveals with trepidation that she told Ashley about them being married. And we also learned that when she initially revealed to him that she told Ashley, that he said that Ashley was going to use it against her. Oop. So my thought is this: somewhere along the way, something has occurred where this man has determined that he does not trust Ashley. I want to know when that moment was. Was it in the season premiere when she revealed that she was going to be doing them speeches with the Steve Harvey and folk, and Ashley and Alicia questioned why she was giving speeches to single moms when she ain't no single mom? I wonder if it was that moment or if it was something else. Meanwhile, she reveals that Ashley brought it up in their cycling class, and in their confessional, she reveals that they are indeed married. Finally, Lord have mercy, why was y'all trying to hide it? First of all, there are things about this that I get. One, you want to keep this thing private because it's the marriage is between two people. So I don't blame them for that, right? It's between two people. And when you are trying to get married, a lot of times getting married becomes about everybody else. Everybody has their opinions. Everybody has what they want. And it really does sometimes feel like the wedding itself, not the marriage, becomes the focal of everyone's attention. And then people will be upset when they don't get, certain things their way or how they think they should be. And you have to worry about all these other people's opinions when, in fact, you are focused mostly on the marriage and not the wedding. So I get why they might not have wanted that to be the case. However, let me just give you this caveat. When you decide that you want to get on, when you meet on a reality TV show, B, when you get engaged on the Fox 5, C, when you decide to do a reality television show called Love and Marriage, you might as well just come out and say you married, and then and then plan this wedding and let that be the thing that you guys have as your through line for this season, so that as the season ends, that is the magical event at the end of the season. Okay? Anyway, she wishes she had never said anything, and she feels very backstabbed. And he feels like he's a good judge of character about Ashley, and she no longer trusts Ashley or Alicia. But she's not sure if she's going to go to Ashley's Christmas party or not. If you've seen the previews, spoiler alert, she goes. So anyway, I feel like Clifton is done with Ashley, so I don't even know if he's going to go to that event. Meanwhile, Winter and Yusha are out at the perfume making boutique for date number 2. She's nervous about her romanticipation event. She talks about the song Good About Barbies being something positive. And, now it's about owning her womanhood. And she wants Yusha to be the rapper on the song, a la Beyonce and Jay-Z and Crazy in Love. First of all, I did not know that Yusha was a rapper, so that was new to me, and I have met the man. As I did tell you guys, if you watch the Carlos King interview, his favorite movie is Love Jones. Her favorite movie is Love Jones. It's a match made in heaven. Okay. Anyway, the best part of this conversation was when she revealed to us that he has been celibate for, I think, about 18 months. He goes into, why that is, and how he wants to feel like he is able to be responsible for whatever woman he decides to take that next step with, especially after coming out of a divorce. I feel like Yusha is speaking from the perspective of a man who has been through some things. And I always see these little videos on YouTube about, being an alpha man and, what being a man is and, what a simp is. And those types of videos, they be like, and honestly, I got to tell y'all, in my opinion, this is just me. Being a man don't have anything to do with half of the stuff that these people be talking about in these videos. And I could call out a whole bunch of people right now. Being a man is about taking care of the responsibilities that you have in your life. That, to me, is being a man. And all of those other things can fall under opinions about what a man could be. But unless you are taking care and filling your responsibilities, protecting and taking care of your household, nothing else matters. I don't care what you wearing. I don't care how tight the man's clothes are. I don't care if the man is wearing a kilt. As long as that person is taking care of their responsibilities, that to me is what being a man is all about. Okay. And it's very interesting. I definitely feel like at some point in time, I do want to have a conversation with Yusha, because I definitely feel like he espouses those qualities about what I feel like manhood really is. But I could go down a rabbit hole on that, and I don't feel like I need to do that in this episode. So anyway, Winter is at the rehearsal studio, and she's invited Joy to get some tips because Sherelle and Black are out of town. Now, after the Ashley situation, Joy feels like Winter could be a breath of fresh air. She's grateful that Winter brought her, and they get into, Winter, you got to stop doing this church tap around this rehearsal studio, and you got to get into your sexy woman. Okay. You got to get into your saunterization. You got to get up out the church uniform, get out the choir robe, and get into some stilettos pumps in the club. Okay. Now, they get into, let's get into the group, because how is Joy feeling about the group? And she feels like it's to be determined. And she starts asking Winter some questions about whether or not Winter could, do anything differently if she would. And Winter says she would have done things differently than she did last year, which is a great thing. And they also both agree that in this group, playing telephone is definitely not a good look. And so this ends with Joy being really grateful for her time with Winter. And it's nice to see the cast sort of mixing it up and mixing it around. But it's also interesting to note that because Winter is so cool with Sherelle, that it feels to me like if you can give Winter the benefit of the doubt, I don't understand why you can't give Sherelle the benefit of the doubt, even though I understand you may have issues with Black. You've never had a real actual issue with Sherelle. So I do feel like there's a block there that could be fixed. Meanwhile, at the romanticipation event, hey, Caressa. For those of you guys that don't know, Caressa is a brand manager. She also works with my manager, and they do fabulous events. Caressa is literally one of the people who's responsible for my most recent photo shoot. We actually did that photo shoot months ago, but it is literally me that has been the roadblock with putting all that stuff out. I'm giving y'all a lot of detail in this video, but I don't care because that's what it is. So anyway, they recap how she's feeling, and she wants everybody to be on their best behavior. Ashley, Irena, and Jamie arrive, and Jamie is hopeful that they can just be cordial. And then Joy walks into the romanticipation, and there are, of course, no hugs for Ashley. Okay. And this is where I wrote in my notes, Joy's confessionals are hilarious because Ashley's like, well, no hug for me. And Joy says, I'll consider it. And so in her confessional, she says, well, listen, Ashley told me she was considering me to be a friend. So I am considering hugging her. And consideration in this instance sounds like I'm applying for a job for which I will never get. See, again, this is why I am actually here for Joy, because her confessionals be hilarious. Every reality TV show typically has a confessional, I don't know what you would call it, a shade assassin in the confessional, and they just say whatever they thinking. That be the best place for them. That is Joy on this show. Now, if we could only take confessional Joy and drop her into scene, I feel like we might have a even better situation on our hands. But I also think that having that type of personality where they be a confessional assassin in they confessionals and then demure in the scene creates even more conflict. So I don't know. I'm kind of giddy about it either way. Meanwhile, and note, I'm giddy about this drama because it's not dark. It's petty. It's not dark. This is the reality TV show type of stuff that I like. Meanwhile, Joy reveals that she to the group that she met with Winter, and Ashley's like, "What? Are you serious? Because before you could not understand why it is that me and Alicia can be friends with Sherelle, who is also friends with Winter, and now you are meeting with Winter after you said she talked about the Tylers and you could never be friends with them." And Joy's like, "Hold up, hold up, hold up now. I thought we did this whole say that ish thing so that everybody could put everything on the table and everybody can move forward. But the real question is, Joy, are you moving forward with Sherelle?" Meanwhile, Orena also agrees. She's like, "I have moved on with Winter. I'm here at the event." And Joy says, "Once I understood that Orena was comfortable, it made me comfortable." And honestly, to me, that really made a lot of sense. Y'all all at the event. So at this point in time, I mean, I get what Ashley was saying, but I also get what Joy was saying in this situation. So Winter arrives. She thanks everybody for coming, even Jamie. And it's nice to see everybody getting along. This is what I like to see. You have your beef, and then everybody can come together. It just feels like it's like a release. Y'all will be watching these videos where people be taking earwax out of people's ears. I know it sounds real disgusting, but it is actually a very satisfying thing because they get to digging up in these people's ears. And then by the time they pop that wax out, you be like, oh my God, that must be relief. Again, telling y'all the most. Meanwhile, so they introduce Yusha to everybody, and Ashley is grilling this man like nobody's business because she is like, Winter did not ask no questions of the last man she married, and so I'm going to ask everything. Do you live with your mama? Do you have a job? Do you got any kids? What's your social security number? What's your favorite color? Who the last person you slept with? How long did your marriage last? Was you dirty in the divorce? Did you cheat on her? Do you live in a trailer park? Do you live with your mama? Like, she's asking all the questions. So then it's time for Winter to perform, and she done took off the church clothes and she done put on the stilettos, pumps in the club. And she also acknowledges that she wasn't so nice to Orena and Ashley last season, and she had called them gutter Barbies, but now she would like to dedicate the song to them because it's about embracing her womanhood. So she does get out and she does perform, and Yusha gets out there and he does his thing as well. Joy is proud of her. Ashley shades it a little bit. She says it wasn't an F, but it wasn't an A. So for this to be Winter's first time, if I'm interpreting Ashley's shade and she might be giving it a C, then I think that's something to be proud of, because anytime somebody can perform for the first time in front of a group of people like that, I feel, especially on television, I think it's pretty amazing. So anyway, it was a really nice moment. Orena and Ashley even give her a gutter Barbie jacket, and they get a three-way hug, and Ashley wants to take the last year and just lock it away. And I'm like, amen to that. And so then Winter admits that she's also had some wrongdoings and would just love to do it all over. And they all take shots together. This was what I needed to see, baby. This was what I needed to see. So anyway, Joy's like, well, girl, I got to leave for sound check. And Ashley was like, well, let's walk and talk as you leave. And Joy's like, ooh, girl, I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. My ride waiting for me. I called my Uber 10 minutes ago, and it's already been 5 minutes. And so, they're going to dock down the time. And so Ashley conveys that, girl, I love you. and I text you and you didn't respond, but it's okay because I feel like you might need some time or something like that. And Joy is like, yes, I do need time to process. And so, Joy, as she's walking out, reveals in her confessional that she doesn't think that Ashley gets the value of what she revealed, and that Ashley is making all of this apology about her, and that she will talk to Ashley when she is ready, not when Ashley is ready. So Ashley walks back inside and she reveals to the Tylers that they didn't really talk, and she feels like she's tried to apologize 3 times and she's over it. Arena tells her, well, maybe she just didn't want to talk right now. And then Ashley says, well, if she didn't give an F about Joy's feelings, then she would have waited until everyone was around to apologize. And I had to wonder, what does that mean? Would that have meant that the apology wasn't sincere if she did it in front of everyone? Or does she mean that she felt like it was more sincere because she did it in private? Let me know what your thoughts are in the chatterization down below. And baby, if you saw the trailer for next week's episode, it is about to go down. With that being said, that is the review for Love and Marriage DC Season 2, Episode 9. Baby, we are at the finish line. Let us know your thoughts in the chatterization down below, and I will catch you, of course, in the next video.
So, Desiree Davenport, what are you hoping to accomplish with this show?
Honestly, I've lost everything in the most horrible way possible. And listen, I want it all back. I'm willing to build it piece by piece, and I mean brick by brick.
Oh, honey, she is done. I bet you a Burke and she doesn't last all season with us. Just watch.
I'm Yusha Hill, and I'd like to consider myself the matriarch of this dynamic group of ladies. I mean, someone has to keep them under control.
I'm Davita Delaney.
I think I could teach these ladies a thing or two about how to get and keep a good man.
They said she was a gold digger. She ain't hear that from me.
I'm just really looking forward to being surrounded by other empowering bosses.
Yes, I know exactly what she's doing. And if she keep playing in my face, I'm gonna have to let her off her dirty little secrets just like she did to me. And I'm not playing.
Let's get this straight. If I brought you into this circle, I just as easily can take you out. She ain't running nothing over here, okay? She needs to be worried about running that household and worried about why that husband of hers is never at home.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, child, this is about to be a mess.
Oh my God, I hate mess. What in the world did I get myself into?